So Mary, it was recently your birthday.
It was.
And I'd like to have Dolores come in and bring you a little surprise.
Oh, you guys are so
Here,
sweet.
let's blow out the candles
should I?
while it's still 4th
Okay.
of July. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Keep blowing. There you go. There you go.
It's going to catch fire.
Okay, that's good. There we go. Excellent.
I don't-
So let's sing happy birthday to you.
Oh,
Happy
and you can
bir-
do that because
Of course
Matthew
I can.
Swanlin went to court to contest that matter. So tell us a little bit about, I didn't know the happy birthday song you couldn't just sing, somebody owns the rights to that.
Well, if we're looking to the court case for any direction on whether or not we can do it, we're kind of out of luck because unfortunately the case settled yesterday out of court and it has created more problems than it has solved. So we still don't know.
I didn't even know that like happy birthday was copyrighted. I mean, when did this all start?
This is a long history. So this goes back to 1893 when these two
You remember that, don't you?
I was there, yeah.
when these two Kentucky school teachers decided to write this song for their kindergarten class. And it was originally called Good Morning to All. And it was the same tune with different lyrics. And some point between 1893 and 1988, the lyrics were changed to Happy Birthday, to the familiar song that we all know.
Sure.
The question that the court was asked to decide was whether Warner Chappell, which is the company that purchased the copyright in the song in 1988, actually had a valid copyright. And in September, they ruled, the court ruled, that they do not. But they did not go so far as to put the song in the public domain,
Okay.
which is what would entitle everyone to sing it without paying the royalty.
And they're making a lot of money off of this song then.
Since 1988, they've been collecting approximately $2 million a year.
That's a nice
so
little-
that's about $55 million. And the copyright, based upon a 1935 registration, which is the one that they purchased, would run for 95 years. So that takes out to 2030. So an additional 15 years would generate about $30 million in future income.
That's nice income. So where do you think it'll go from here?
You know, a lot of times with court cases, they resolve a lot of the issues and there's clarity. This case has been very, very confusing because it's done the exact opposite. Every ruling that the court makes actually creates more confusion because if the court would have just said it's in the public domain, then it would go into the public domain and then there's no question. However, the judge didn't rule that. He ruled that Warner Chappell did not have a valid copyright. But that creates what's called an orphan work. And there's a big problem with orphan works within the Copyright Office.
Are there other popular orphan work
I'm an
types of
orphan.
items?
So there's a estimate that there's probably tens of millions of orphan works in existence.
Wow.
So an orphan work it's a work that's created, it's a work of art, a song, a painting, a book, a screenplay that has never been published. And so if it's not published, no one knows about it. And so there's a confusion with regard to how the copyright law creates and protects works. They're protected at the point they're created, which creates this confusion for orphan works because a lot of people, they write a manuscript, they write a book, they write a song, they make a painting, they don't publish it. They keep it.
So
You
I
represent-
can sleep at night knowing I can sing the song and don't owe anybody any money?
In our house, we're probably safe.
Yes,
right?
so
Okay.
yeah.
Keep the windows closed.
Yeah, so the confusion was always with regard to commercial versus non-commercial. It's always been allowed to sing it. There was never a risk that a lawyer was going to jump out of the ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese whenever you started singing the song and serve you with some papers.
I don't think I've ever seen a lawyer at Chuck E. Cheese anyway.
Yeah, that ball pit is pretty scary as well too. But you know,
You-
those types of injuries. Go ahead, sorry.
You represent a lot of artists, so this is something that's really, you're passionate about, representing people
He's an
who have.
entertaining lawyer.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes, I'm
Entertaining.
hopefully entertaining.
Entertaining.
Yes. So yes, because in terms of motion pictures, television, books, record albums, Warner Chappell has been very, very aggressive in demanding licensing fees, which is why a lot of times you don't see the song sung in a movie. Or
That's
on a
great.
television show. And that's
Never
why
even thought of
certain restaurants that are organized around happy birthday celebrations, you notice that they come up with funny little interesting alternative songs, because if they had to pay $1,500 every time they sang Happy Birthday to a customer, they'd be open for about a day.
That's why you're a jolly good fella,
Yeah,
right?
I'm glad you stopped that beforehand. And wow.
So yeah, but unfortunately, with an orphan work, there still is liability. So these production companies, they're not going to be able to get insurance to cover them in the event that somebody comes out of the woodwork and claims copyright ownership in the Happy Birthday song. And in fact, about 2 weeks ago, there's a charity called the Association for Childhood Education International. And it's been around for 100 years. And it was formed by the Hill sisters, who are the original authors of the song. They've been receiving approximately $750,000 a year in royalties from the song.
Wow. Will you come back and give us clarity as you get through this case a little?
As much
Little
clarity
more?
as I'm able to provide, yes,
Right.
I will be happy to.
Okay, and then we'll sing
Maybe
Happy
next year
Birthday
when
to
it's
Scott,
her
maybe.
birthday.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe it'll be next year.
Yes.
That's good.
Thank you so much. What happens when a bunch of San Gabriel Valley realtors get together?
They make a whole bunch of money.
A ton. So Celeste Sierra is going to be on with us, and she's going to let us know what they're doing.